kinda windy today. I don't know if one of these trees is gonna fall on my face, but if it does, it's gonna be the best YouTube video ever. What's going on, guys? This is Burrs. I want to talk to you today about the get home bag. I hear a lot of people talk about get home bags. They get way too much shit on them, and I think they get them confused with bug out bags. Not an expert in this, just my opinion, but I have my own bag that I keep in my car. We're going to talk about that today. So let's first talk about the concept. Get home bag, what do you need it for? This is mine. You can see it's pretty small. That's not what she said. It doesn't have to get you very far. A get home bag is something that's going to get you from point A to point B. If you work an hour from home, yes, you're going to need some more supplies. But I believe that the large majority of us probably live within a 30-minute commute to work. Some of us do take an hour to get to work. I recently moved. Now I'm about 10 miles from home. So if I can't make it home with the 10 miles of walking or running, in the case of, you know, shit hits the fan, SHTF, whatever crazy things people think out there, or a natural disaster, EMP, my car goes down. If I can't make it home on 10 miles in one day, like within the day, I physically have some sort of a problem. And I don't believe in going out and preparing for every single event that could possibly happen. I need enough supplies to get me home where I have you know, my backpacks and like I talk about in all my articles I write and videos I make in regards to the disaster kits and stuff. My concept is I got some backpacks full of gear. I have a disaster kit. I got some gas and I got some water in containers. And people are talking about guns and stuff. Yeah, I got guns. I can throw those in the car. You throw it all in the car and I can leave probably within 10 minutes. I've clocked it before and it's around 12 to 15. But moving a little faster, I could probably get all that stuff into the car within 10 minutes and leave in the event of some crazy thing happening. But having those backpacks is where, and all that stuff is where all the supplies are needed to survive for a very long period of time. When it comes to a get home bag, you don't really need that much food, if any. So throwing an MRE in there or some snacks that aren't going to melt and get weird if you leave it in your car, those are good options. But just one MRE. I believe you're going to need water, and but not in the sense of needing water in your car. I don't know how you guys roll, but I have water at work already. Like I drink, I don't know, 64 ounces of water every day. So I have that water already on me at my work. Now this isn't just related to work, but where am I at? I have the 80-20 rule. I wrote an article about the 80-20 rule. And 80% of the time, if I have to come home, it's gonna be because I'm at work and something happens. So that's where I'm focusing most of my attention. So like I said, 10 miles. I believe there's a few key things you need in your get home bag. Don't confuse it with a bug out bag. Let's take a look at mine. First off, this is a outdoor research. This is a waterproof stuff sack bag. You can see it's like their stuff sacks. I have this on the side. This isn't normally with it. I just brought it out here today to eat. These are actually really tasty. These are Alpine Air. They're different little snacks. Nice and tasty. Anyway, as far as what's in the bag, this is like I said, a waterproof container, roll down top, clip it on, backpack. It's compact. You can cinch it down. Doesn't scream anything crazy, and it has a lot of different stuff on here. So on the front here, what I have is a schma and my drinking device. So I do have a Hydro Pack. This is just a flexible water bottle. I've actually fallen out of love with these things. I left water in one just to kind of like see what would happen, and something really bad happened, so I'll probably take that out at some point. But what I have for drinking water, there's this Catadine water filter, and this is perfect. You can go to a stream, go to a water source, fill it up, and it has a filter on the inside. So I recently got this, and that's going to replace that Hydro Pack. You can see it has a filter, and reusable. Catadine makes great stuff, so I have no problem with that. So I throw this in there. This is, let's see here, half of a liter. So you're looking at about 16 ounces of water, if my brain calculated right. It's called the Be Free. I like it. Said I have a schma on the front. Schma's good for lots of different stuff. You can use a schma to create kind of an air conditioner. So if you get it wet, you put it over the front of you like this, so it's really hot out. You drape it over the front of you like this, put your head in here, and I forget the word for it, but it'll act as an air conditioner. So you can use that, keep the sun off your neck. You can filter particulates and sediment out of water. So you have a really grimy water supply that you're going to use that bottle with. You could put this over the top, filter out all the sediment before you put it in your water bottle, and it'll clog up any filter. So you want to do that. So tons of different uses for a schma. I have a carabiner on the front. I just threw it on there. It's never a bad thing to have. Let's open this up, roll top, and then it's just a big, huge sack here. It's like a big, huge sack. Big sack. Just gonna roll it down here. We'll take a look at what I have in here. Medical kit. Just a really basic medical kit I threw together. I have medical kit videos, so check those out. You know, some blood stoppers, some hand sanitizer, ace bandage, a few band-aids, some lip balm, tape. But the most important thing in here is moleskin. If you gotta walk a long distance, definitely have some moleskin in your medical kit. Alright, next up is a knife sharpener, Gorilla Tape, and a multi-tool. Always have a multi-tool on you. Why? Because there's multi-uses for it. Obviously some cordage. This is just some like paracord type cordage here, maybe like 75 feet. Now if you're gonna have to stay overnight, you're gonna want something to help you with a shelter. This is a sport utility blanket from SOL, Survive Outdoors Longer. It used to be called Adventure Medical Kits, I think, or something like that, or they split off or whatever. But this thing's a nice thick space blanket, basically. You can see on this side of it is reflective, on the other side's orange. You can use this to create a shelter. You can use it as a keep you warm. Like I said, you don't need a sleeping bag. You're getting to where you're going. You're not planning to build your life there. Next up, a knife. This is a Mora knife. It's like 10 bucks. Totally worth all the money that you pay for it. One of the better bushcraft type knives. Having a knife is good for a lot of different reasons. What I recommend doing is making the back of this nice and flat. That way you can use this on a ferrocerium rod or a fire rod, fire starter rod, whatever you call it, on a nice on a ferro rod. So 10 bucks, can't go wrong with a Mora. Next up is food. Like I said, 1 MRE. Are you gonna need it? Maybe, maybe not. But it's not a ton of weight if you have like a field strip one like I do here. So just 1 MRE, plenty of food for, you know, 1 or 2 days, depending on how long it takes you. Now we are coming out of the winter season, so I did have some extra clothing in here just in case. So I had just like a quarter zip from XGO, which is a quarter zip kind of mid layer. And I had this from Sierra Designs. It's kind of like a water repellent over jacket. It stretches, just something to throw on to keep the elements off you. Again, if it's raining, you're only gonna need to keep the elements off you for a few hours, if that, depending on how far away you are. So again, you're not making a life out here. So next up, I got some Aquamira water tabs, water purifier tabs. Say your water filter gets jacked up, doesn't work, you can still use that bottle and throw in a water purification tab. I think you gotta let it sit for a certain number of time, and then it's good to go. I think it's 15 minutes to half an hour or something like that. But you can use these to still have some water if your water filter breaks. So super lightweight, they don't weigh anything. You probably throw 4 of these in your bag and you'll have more than enough for 1 to 2 days. Compass, you can't get anywhere without a compass. Have a map of the surrounding area where you mostly are. So if you're at work, between work and your house, have a map and a compass. And last but not least is what I believe is the most important thing, because you never know what could happen, a fire starter kit. This is a Magpul DACA pouch, whatever you want to call them. I've really come to enjoy these and use them a lot for different things. This I use for fire starter because the only thing that can't be wet in my fire starter kit are the matches, and they're already in a Ziploc inside of here. So this isn't waterproof because it has a zipper, but it is really water resistant. I've sprayed the hose over this thing and water hasn't gone in really. So if you drop it into a stream, is there water going to go in there? Maybe, probably, but it's not going to be a ton because it has a waterproof zipper. And what I have in here is some magnesium tablets. Haven't used these yet. Saw them on eBay, on Amazon. Had good reviews, so I figured I'd try them out. I have some of these really kick-ass Titan matches. Once you light these, they really don't go out. Even if you stick them directly in water, they stay lit. So that might be a little overkill, but I figure if you're gonna have a emergency kit fire starter kit, why not throw, you know, a good, you know, 8 or 10 of them in there? So I have a strip in here to strike them on, and then these themselves are huge, way more than you need for a get home bag. Got a ferro rod. This is a Ultimate Survival Technologies one. I like the fact that it's attached. You can close it up like this. And it's not huge. Like I said, you're not going to need a ton anyhow on a get home bag, but a ferro rod's good to go. I have some trioxane as a fire starter. I have a few of these burner fire starters. You've seen me review these. You've seen me use these on tons of different trips. I think 4 or 5 years ago, I went to a YouTube gathering with the Haas USMC, and we camped out, unlike most of the other people who were, well, we did with Military Arms Channel. So we were the only people that wanted to act like real men. Everybody else went to hotels and shit. But we used these on that trip, and they worked really well. Super lightweight. You just light the plastic on fire and you got a fire starter. And last but not least, the super easy lighter. These are by Jeep, best lighters out there. They are super high quality. If you smoked, you could get away with almost a whole entire year just with one of these. They have a good flame, nice big flame. They have more fluid in them than a just a regular Bic lighter. You see they're a little bit bigger. I'll put a link down the Amazon link. I'll put a link to the Amazon link. I'll put a link to Amazon where you can get these. I really like these a lot, more so than the Bic lighters you get in the checkout line. Now, some people might say you have a fire starter kit, but you don't have an axe or anything like that. If you want to carry one in your car, carry one in your car. But I mean, if you're in a survival situation, all you gotta do is find some leverage, put a big stick in between there, and break down your wood. Now, a lot of people will get not bright colored stuff because they don't want to be seen. I say get bright colored stuff because you don't want to lose it. If you have all this shit, you throw your fire starter kit over here real quick, you got your fire started. I've seen tons of different videos, and I've seen people lose stuff in real life, including myself. So when it comes to certain things, I don't want to lose them. I want to know exactly where they are. And this bright yellow or the orange that they have from Magpul, this is their small for this little fire starter kit I made. They're really great colors. So that's it as far as what's in the bag here. There's tons of different videos out there from people as to what they are going to use. A lot of them, like I said though, they get confused with bug out bag compared to get home bag. Get home bag, it's disposable. It's something you really aren't going to take with you. It's to get you from point A to point B. It doesn't have to be heavy because you want to get to your house or wherever you're going quickly. So making sure that you don't overpack stuff is essential in my opinion. You can see on this pouch here, it even has a waist strap, which is cool, just a little strap. It has a sternum strap, and it's waterproof. So if you got to go through a stream or something to get home, you can do the roll top up here, and nothing in the inside is going to get wet. So that's really cool. Roll it down a few times, buckle up, and then everything is waterproof now. So I'll put a link down to this pack and where you can get it, so you can take a look at it if it's something you want. It's not a horrible price. I think it was around $70 to maybe $100, maybe $50. I don't know, long time ago, got it, I'll find it, and I'll put a link down below to it. But I think that is important, having something waterproof that has all your stuff in it. You can see that the air is not coming out of it. It's a waterproof bag. As far as how I have this in my car, I just put this in the trunk. I'll put my shoes in the trunk too. Most of the time, if you're going out and doing hiking and stuff, you keep your shoes inside. But what I do is I just keep them in the car. So during the summer, I'll put some low top, I'll put some low top Salomons in the car. And during the wintertime, I'll put my high top Salomons in the car. If I'm going out hiking or doing whatever else that involves that, they just hop in the car and they're already there. So I put them in there with an extra pair of socks and just set this next to it, and that's how I store it in my car. And the reason that is because when I go to work, 98% of the time when I'm at work, I wear dress shoes. So walking 10 miles or more in dress shoes is something I want to do. I want to be successful, so I just leave my boots in the car. That way I can swap them out if I have to, and increase my chances of getting home sooner and developing less injuries than if I did if I had dress shoes on. I had to walk 10 miles in them, you know, in regards to blisters and stuff, it's just smart to, you know, put a pair of hiking boots or low top sneakers, or sneakers in general, maybe a pair of those if that's more in your line, you know, something that's gonna be able to be used over a long period of time of getting back to your house, and make you more successful at it. As far as how comfortable is this bag that I have, it's actually relatively comfortable. You can see I've even attached an axe to it and my water bottle, and I'm just carrying the tent. So if I had to do this for 10 miles, no sweat. If you can't do this for 10 miles, you need to get in the damn gym. So just a quick note, obviously climate is going to be a little bit different for you versus me. If you're in a desert area, then you're probably going to want to take some water with you in your car, take it with you, rather than trying to rely on streams and stuff. You can dehydrate pretty quickly in a desert environment, more dry environment. So climate's going to change a little bit, but only you know that better. Only you know that better than me. You know that better than me as to what you need to survive a day or two. So plan accordingly. So what I do with this kit, and I have a tent in my car as well, just in case. It's not a bad thing to have a tent in your car. So the tent that I was reviewing here, I've had it sitting in my car for, I don't know, over a year now. So I'll just grab one of the tents I have, throw it in the car, just leave it there. It's not a bad thing to have a tent in your car. Just a little 2-person tent in case something gets wild and crazy and you can't make it home, or maybe you traveled really far away from your house and you're really shit out of luck because you don't have tons of stuff with you. You know, depending on what situation you're in, but 80% of the time you're probably gonna go to work, so you need to get from work to your house. This is how I do it. I think you need to stay minimalist to get home. You want to get home. So that's what I got. Hopefully it helped you guys out with creating your get home bag. Again, don't confuse bug out bags with get home bags. If you guys got any questions or anything, let me know. If you guys do have your own get home bags, go ahead and put the comments down below as to what you use and why, and or better yet, make a video about it. Until next time, later.